Hey everyone, with this whole coronavirus pandemic, things are going to get very creative in the transfer markets. What's up peeps? Welcome to my channel. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you contribute too, man. I want to know exactly what's going on in your mind in terms of the world of football, and be able to give you as much information and maybe, videos that you're looking for. You guys make this thing run, so make sure that you do all that, you contribute, be part of this community, man. So getting back to the point today, the past couple of days, the talk has been what? Nelson Semedo going to Juventus. Started looking at Miralem Pjanic, as well as Mattia de Sciglio coming to Barcelona, as long as 25 million also come along the path. Why so intricate? Why so creative? First of all, Barcelona don't have money. Second of all, Barcelona are looking to get younger. A team that's very long in the tooth now. A team that doesn't have pace. Well, they've never had pace to say, or they've never had speed. They've had a lot of good mental speed to move the ball around very well, but they are looking for another option long term. You have 5 players that are over 30 years of age. You have 3-4 players that are already 32, 33 years of age. You start looking at those options, and that is very crucial. That is very important to start regenerating, getting younger players. But now, what's going on here is this. You bring in a player that maybe 3 years ago, many would have been saying, you know what? Damn, we need to get a Miralem Pjanic. Barca fans would have been saying that. The Barca brass would have probably been in complete agreement with that. Not so much in 2020. Player that's had his role reduced, that has seen less play as time has gone on, and we haven't seen him being at his most influential at Juventus. Mattia de Sciglio, well, there was a lot of promise when he was at AC Milan. Did not fulfill it, went over to Juventus, showed some signs, but at the end of the day, not much either. So what are they getting in return from a personnel standpoint? Now, the most important part here is the money, the 25 million. What's that going to be used for? Of course, for Lautaro Martínez, one of their prime objectives in this coming transfer market. They want him as that replacement, or that eventual replacement, for maybe Luis Suarez, maybe for Antoine Griezmann. Well, they're also looking at Neymar. That's, again, another topic for another time, but I don't know if that's going to happen. That seems to be getting a little bit further and further away, a little bit less and less realistic as time goes on, especially with the financial troubles that Barcelona have right now. The 25 million, that's, of course, like I said, for Lautaro Martínez. If that does not come through, there's going to be some trouble in being able to get the Argentine international. Now Messi has said, you know what? I want him. He's called Lautaro Martínez. He wants him on his side. He's a player that I don't think I need to repeat his qualities. You've seen them when he was in Argentina at Racing. You've seen him now when he's been able to get to Inter, so much so that Mauro Icardi was sent over to PSG. Yeah, well, that shows you exactly what he's all about. So very interesting in terms of all the pieces to these little different puzzles that are being created. Juve trying to dump players, Barcelona trying to acquire some equity, if you will, in order to be able to use them as chess pieces, or as bargaining chips, if you will, in order to get the players that they want. That's going to be something very interesting to look at in the coming days, weeks, and months, if it does drag on that far. 25 million, it's still not enough. Juve are asking, I think it was like 80, 90 million euros for him, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Now, this is where Arturo Vidal comes into the mix. Of course, a lot of talk about things changing between him and the club. Is he willing to go as easily now? Is he going to be the player that is going to go? Is it going to be Ivan Rakitic? Although Barcelona have now confessed that they have never negotiated Ivan Rakitic. We'll see how that ends up playing out. But you start to see all these players being named, and is it going to be good enough for them? Is it going to be, because here's the thing. Yes, you end up solving a problem with Lautaro Martínez up top, but you also need a right back that has quality. De Sciglio can offer that, but I think Semedo had a longer term future in terms of time, in terms of being able to show more consistency. Did he have the speed? Maybe no, but now that's where Sergino Dest comes in. Sergino Dest, the man from Ajax, the U.S. international, I think he's going to be supreme over at Barcelona. I think he's the man that maybe will be able to take over. Sciglio will end up being kind of a player that you end up using here and there in the best case scenario if they retain him. If not, they end up bringing him elsewhere. That's going to be another important topic to look into. Sergino Dest does offer what very few right backs since Dani Alves have been able to offer Barcelona. He has the potential to, I should say. Young, pace, much more technical than Semedo, has a much higher upside than Sciglio. I think that's where you end up pointing your finger at. You end up pointing in that direction for Sergino Dest. And that's, I guess I'm digressing a little bit in terms of that, but you start to see all the holes that are beginning to develop in this club because of the age, because of the players that have been brought in and have not worked out, because of the players that are still there and haven't worked out either. Where are you going to start looking at these pieces getting filled in? Through these creative ways. I'm talking about the Lautaro Martínez offer. Now, Sergino Dest isn't going to be cheap either. So who do you start sending over to Ajax? That's another big question. Going back to the Lautaro Martínez transaction, those 25 million don't come. What do you do then? Well, all signs, or at least when you start reading the Catalan media, is Rafinha Alcantara, the Brazilian Spaniard, well, actually Brazilian international, since he does play, he has played for the Brazilian national team. His brother Thiago instead also has played for Spain, but that's a different story in and of itself. Rafinha would probably end up going to Inter. He's played at Inter before. He played a couple of seasons ago there, gave a good vibe, gave a good impression to the Inter brass. So why not? Why not being able to look at him as a possible option? Has been pretty much absent from Barcelona the past couple of seasons, being on loan elsewhere, Inter, Celta de Vigo, etc., etc., etc. He could be a good option for Inter in the long term because of his age, because of his potential, because of him knowing Inter's culture more than anything else. Not Antonio Conte, but Inter's culture and what the fans are looking at, what the fans are expecting, and what he needs to perform at in that perspective. So I think that's very important as well. That could be another option. A distant option, but an option nonetheless if Barca do want Lautaro Martínez that badly. Now, there will be negotiating on one side, as it has been with Inter. Barcelona will look to try and bring down that price tag a little bit, maybe to 70, maybe to 60 with a couple of players, like we've mentioned before. So there will be a lot of things going on in the next few days. Let me know what you think, man, because it seems like it's going to be one of those moments where you start to look at this particular transaction and it will be a precedent for future transactions in the upcoming transfer markets. When they do start rolling, you're going to see a lot of teams having to get creative because of lack of money, lack of resources, if you look at it from that perspective. And that could start affecting transfers from other parts of the world. We'll get to that in the future. That'll probably be another video we talk about. But still, nonetheless, it will be interesting to see how certain teams will be looking for certain players in the very near future to bolster their particular lineups. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you leave comments, man. I want to know exactly what you have on your mind. If you agree with me, if you don't, that's cool. Like, thumbs up, thumbs down, do whatever you want, man. But make sure you do participate. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Talk to you soon. Peace.